In this quickfire guide, I'm going to show you how to get married in Skyrim. Marriage offers a number of benefits in Skyrim, including the ability for your spouse to make you some passive gold, provide you with food that boosts your health, stamina and magicka regeneration, offer you the lover's comfort buff that allows you to level your skills 15% faster, and if your spouse owns a property, you can even live there yourself, saving you having to buy an expensive player house. To get married, you need to travel to the Bee and Barb in Riften and speak to an NPC called Maramal. You need to ask him about the Temple of Mara and then whether you could have a wedding there yourself. He will tell you that you need to obtain an Amulet of Mara, which he will then offer to sell you, which does feel like a bit of a shakedown, but there you go. Once you've purchased the amulet from Maramal, you'll then need to approach the NPC that you wish to marry. There are over 60 NPCs that you can marry, and I'm obviously not going to list them all in this quickfire guide. Google is your friend for that. Now, there are two really important things that you need to do in order to be able to ask an NPC to marry you. Firstly, you need to raise their disposition towards you by completing any prerequisite activities that are going to make that NPC eligible for marriage. Some are very easy, and some involve completing entire quest chains. One of the easier examples is that to marry Ufgerd, you simply need to beat her in a fist fight. Not your traditional courtship, but there you go, this is Skyrim after all. You can look up the NPC that you want to marry to find their specific requirements. Secondly, you need to be wearing your Amulet of Mara when you speak to them. This will prompt the NPC to ask you about the amulet and unlock the dialogue in which you can ask them to marry you. Once they agree to marriage, then you need to head to Riften again and speak to Maramal, who at this point will be found at the Temple of Mara. He will then offer to marry you the following day. Use the wait function until the following morning and you'll find your betrothed waiting in the Temple of Mara. You then need to walk down the aisle to initiate the ceremony, run through some brief dialogue, say I do, and you'll be married. Once the ceremony has completed, you'll need to decide where your spouse is going to live. To do so, you simply need to talk to your spouse right after the ceremony, and the options will be based on the properties that each of you own. I'll put out a player housing guide for more on that. Oh, and don't worry, you can very easily move your spouse to a different house later on by speaking to them and suggesting that you move. And that's pretty much it for this Skyrim quickfire guide. Hopefully it was useful. I have plenty more guides on my channel, both long and short, so maybe consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one.